Hello once again, Boulder Chris here again for another crack at getting the finished gun. Did think we were in with a good shout last time round. Had quite a nice setup heading down to the rat fight with the Polaris weapon I don't see terribly often. And while Polaris is a good weapon, it's one that has 3 effective phases. That is a dead end. I should know better than that. Let's try using the exit that's actually open. Yes, Polaris has got 3 phases that it alternates between. It gets stronger within each phase, so a little bit like the Gunther, if you're familiar with that one. The trouble with Polaris, however, is that it can skip back down the levels as well, basically when you take damage, which, as I'm sure you'll have seen by now, I'm pretty good at doing. So I think on the rat fight, it was on going into the rat fight, it was powered up to level 2, but of course took hits against the rat very quickly and dropped it back down to level 1. As such, nothing like the power that was required to actually beat the rat, so I think it took about 1/3 of the health off in the second phase. So yeah, unfortunately another death to the rat, but at least I got as far as the rat this time round, having had the boo-boo recently where I simply forgot to have enough keys to get into the rat floor. That was very poor planning on my part. I'm going to try and avoid doing that again. But yes, if you've not been watching the series so far, I'm not doing this whole 0 to 100% thing that some people do. It might be fun to try actually. I think going back to a clean save file would be a neat idea, and you can get. I mean, if you're good at the game, and I like to think I'm sort of good. By this point in proceedings, I've certainly had plenty of practice at the game. I'm not great at it at all. Exactly as I say that, you see exactly why I'm not great at the game. That should have been avoidable. But yeah, so going back to a clean save file, and to some extent I've done this by trying to help out on a friend's account and get things unlocked for them. If you are halfway decent, you tend to be able to get the game completed without very many things unlocked, and it does mean that some of the good things that are generated by the unlocks tend to roll around that little bit more frequently than they do when you've got loads and loads of things unlocked and you're just relying on pure RNG to bring them about for you, and as such it can make for some sort of fairly swift progress on your subsequent runs through versus your initial runs through when you were just figuring out how to actually get to grips with the game. That's some health back, which is nice. But nonetheless, I think it would take a very long time to go from 0 to 100%, as some other series have done. So effectively what I'm trying to do is go from about 99.5% to 100%. The unfortunate thing being is that it was 2 items at the start of the series. I have made some progress. It's just 1 item that is outstanding now, but it and both of the 2 items as was are rat items. So every one of these episodes is going to be very much with the aim of getting to the rat fight, which has some very specific requirements to get into, of course. Primarily needing 115 credits to buy the Nord key, unless of course there's some way to actually steal items and save yourself a whole bunch of cash, spend it on some decent weapons instead. Might have been one episode where we were able to steal a few things. Can't remember, I'm starting to lose track, but yeah, I think we did have one where there was some thieving going on. Ooh. And yes, as well as needing the 115 credits to be able to do it, I'm just going to open the red chest. You can't ignore a red chest. It's high caliber, which is a great boss killer. Do need to get reasonably close up to them, unfortunately, but it is good nonetheless. May well have scuppered the chances here as well, because as I was just going to come onto it, in order to get the cash, one of the best ways to guarantee it is being able to go to the oubliette, which is initially opened from this very room here, or a room with a fireplace in it. You'll see several variants of it. So you need to put it out by rolling the water barrel into it like I just did, or using a water-based weapon to put it out, which will then open this little secret room over here, or reveal the secret room, which then needs to have 2 keys to unlock a hatch down to the secret floor that is the oubliette. And well, unless we get a key out of the boss, we're not getting to the oubliette on this particular run. And it's not impossible to generate the requisite amount of cash in fewer floors, but it is hard at work. Okay. Did I manage to get in there? And was it flawless, most important of all? I did get him. It froze up so suddenly I thought somehow that I died. Oh, no, we've had quite the result there, really. So, 2 reasons. One, it was flawless. We get the master around there, which adds on a full heart of health. We have got not just 1 key, but 2. We've also done really well on the credits as well. We're up to 100 of those. But the item it's dropped us as well is the heart lunchbox. So 2 extra heart health for as a bit of a bonus there. And well, we can certainly afford to take a key out of the shop now as well. So I will do that. Can't say I'm too keen on the items that are actually for sale in the shop, so we'll leave that as it is. It is only a brown chest, but sometimes the brown chest items can be pretty good, and sometimes you get a refund of the key as well. There we are, do get a refund of the key. And the map is also quite good in that it will show us any secret rooms. Clearly there actually aren't any this time, apart from the entrance to the oubliette itself. So, yeah, maps are a lot better when they do actually reveal something worth revealing. But we've not really lost out too heavily there. Lost a bit of cash buying the key, but we did get to retain the key effectively. So we'll just head over to the oubliette now. And there's 2 of the keys gone, but we've still got 1 key left for this floor, which should enable us to open, well, it will enable us to open at least 1 chest. Possibly unlock the old crest if we need to get any extra armour. I fancy having a crack at the 2nd secret floor. I'm going to return to the starter pistol for the time being. Let's try not to walk straight into the spiked lock. I'm not really a fan of this trap room. It's very easy to just take a hit. Sometimes just walking straight across the bottom does the job of getting you through safely, but it's a bit of a mix. Sometimes you'll get across safely, other times you'll take a hit. Okay, we've got some ammo, so top up the high caliber. That was about the only thing we didn't get dropped out of the boss fight in the first block. Clearly, I did not realise that room was dead ending. Be most annoyed if I fall in the drink now. Okay, that's a really weird door arrangement. Peculiar. I don't think I've ever seen that before. Strange. Oh well. Oh, silly hit. that corner, ideally without taking any further damage. Although, with a Pupulon filling the screen, you can't really guarantee that. Took 2 hits there as well, that's unfortunate. However, while losing health is never ideal, losing a couple of points here and there isn't the end of the world, because you do have the chance to make it back from rune drops or sort of end of level bonuses and that kind of thing. Where the taking a hit really hurts you is on boss fights. You want to be trying to get flawless victories against the bosses as far as possible, to get the master rounds like we got there and add to your overall heart containers. Definitely get rewarded far better for flawless victories than anything where you took a hit. Okay, could possibly just about afford a second key and still get to the required total. What would that leave us on? 57? Might be pushing it a little bit. So hopefully we'll just get a key drop come our way just through the natural course of playing the game. Free keys are somewhat better than keys you need to buy. I'll speak of the devil. Okay, so yeah, definitely set up to be able to buy both the keys. Open both the chests that we'll encounter on this floor. A little bit of luck there, managing to sneak down the wall without getting hit, but primary objective in doing so was to take out the guy that buffs all the other enemies. On his own he doesn't do much harm, but does make the other enemies far harder to deal with if they take, I don't know how much buffing it is, twice as many hits as normal possibly. And nearly always best means to deal with any enemy is as quickly as possible. Yeah, fewer enemies, fewer bullets, easier to survive. It's fairly simple equation really. Handy to get that Pupulon out of the way since they really do generate a lot of bullets. Okay, surprising stray bullet just coming in at the end there, don't really know what that was from. Okay, another room with lots of enemies in it. Even more spawning in as well, like I needed there. As you can see, still, as long as you keep out of trouble, still possible to deal with, even just using the starter pistol. Got full heart of health to make up there, which is handy, because that's what we needed. And could have used the Soul Calibur since got an ammo refill on that, which you can never really predict. Always nice when the dynamite baddies take out some of the other baddies with them as well. Okay, oh, thought we had everything killed off there, but that ghost was just hiding. Getting weird effects going on my TV. That gave the impression for a minute that the chest was moving and that it was there for a mimic, but clearly not. We've got the 2 keys. Let's open it up, see what we get. Okay, well, actually, we'll take the cigarettes and smoke one straight away, which damages our health. But we've got the health there to make it straight back up. So that improves our coolness by 1 point. Coolness is a stat you don't get to see, and it's effectively what's responsible for the rune drops in the game. So one's perhaps not enough to make an obvious difference, but it will make a difference nonetheless. So we should get slightly more rune drop items than we otherwise would. If we can get that to go higher still, then yeah, we can look forward to getting stuff dropping more or less every room. It does have to get pretty high for that to happen. Unfortunately, just took another hit there. Another effect that it has as well is that it improves the cooldown time for any items that need a recharge, although at present we don't have any. Okay, and then the missing chest must be over here somewhere. Hoping for something nice. Okay. One thing with this game, it tends to give you ammo when you don't actually need it, and then when you are actually exhausting the ammo on something else, never get any new ammo drops. Okay, right, there's the old crest, which we'll leave for now, and see what we've got in the blue chest. Just make sure it isn't a mimic. It's the barrel, I think. It is indeed, which is like shooting fish out of a barrel, I believe. Okay, let's go fight the boss. Probably with the Soul Calibur, we'll use the barrel as a bit of a backup just in case, since can't really get too close to the Blobulord. And see how we get on. Should be able to beat him at any rate. Okay, yeah, the Soul Calibur, if you haven't seen how it works, not that I was using it terribly effectively there, is that it knocks souls out of the enemies, and if you then step over those souls, it deals a ton of damage. So you can get some pretty quick victories like that. And although I took a couple of hits there, it's not the end of the world, because you don't get anything for a flawless victory on the secret floors, like you do on the main floors. Is that the Dark Maker? Keep calling it that, it's the Dark Marker, isn't it? And it is indeed. Now this worked very well on a previous run, because it sets off loads of blank effects, which completely makes up for my appalling gameplay. So if we can get into the rat fight, that's going to stand us in good stead. And at the minute we've got everything that we need to actually get into the rat fight. So we've got the requisite amount of cash to buy the key, and we've got a regular key. We've actually got presently more blanks than is actually required. To fight it, we'll get 2 by the next floor anyway. We'll have a quick look for secret rooms here. I know I've already shot the bottom end of that a couple of times. Doesn't look like it's going to be that room. Where's the other chest room? Hard to tell if that's actually cracking. I don't think that it is. Also seem to have fish just jumping around out of the what we've left behind. Okay, I'll check the exit room as well. Okay, well, since we have got 3 and haven't found any cracked walls yet, and the shop doesn't look terribly promising for a secret room, I'll go to the second floor having 3 blanks rather than 2, which should promote chances of getting out of any tight spots, preserving the old crest if need be, or getting flawless in the boss fight. Try using the barrel for a little while. Okay, well, that seemed pretty effective against the Lead Maiden. Yeah, it seems to be doing the job. Another one of these weapons that I've never really used before, but it seems to be fairly capable. As with any weapon, it may just be that I've seen it as while playing as one of the regular characters and just thought, nah. But it turns out to be a bit better in the hands of the gunslinger. We managed to get rid of that horrible barrely thing. Barrely buckety thing. I really can't remember their names. All I know is that I hate them. So being able to take them out before they start charging you down and swallowing you up, it's definitely a good thing. Right, let's nip through the fire quickly, roll to put it out. Cool, there's the boss. Won't be taking that on just yet. Hoping to find a few perky things between now and then. Again, that chest is looking a little bit like it's moving. I don't think it is, but it looks a little bit like it is. Okay, I'm not really a huge fan of any of those. I quite like the damage over time effects that you get with the first couple of those weapons, but I don't think they're quite powerful enough to be a primary purchase here. I didn't see that one spawning in beside me. Bit sneaky. Those jumping fish are really making me think someone's shooting at me. It's quite off-putting. Bizarre, yeah. I wonder if they continue to do damage to enemies. Okay, well, we need the Nord key, so let's get that. Thanks much. That's not grammatically sensible, is it? Thanks much, Lee, would be just about acceptable, I think. I've cleared out a good bit of the floor and still not found the altar room, but I have managed to go without taking a hit, which is surprising to do it that long. Not impossible, I mean, you Can go quite a long time without taking a hit. I generally don't. And here it is, speak of the devil. It's actually quite near the start if we'd gone the right way, so place the crest upon the altar, exchange the old crest for regular armour, and then there's a secret floor to go to if we want. Not 100% sure if it's a great idea to go to, because the boss in particular is tricky to get past. And we've already earned the cash we need to buy the Nord key, so it's not as if there's no advantage to go in there, but it might be limited. Okay, what have we got? One key and green chests. Let's open one of them. It's the shell, which fires shotguns. Again, one of these weapons I'm not too much of a fan of, but I mean it's a fun concept, but I just prefer other ones. Oh, like the dark marker. So yeah, let's use that and hope the blank effects stand us in good stead. Yeah, they're doing a good job so far. Her attacks are usually not too hard to avoid, but if they never come near you, then it's never an issue. Oh, she must have got me with that freeze ray of hers. Didn't spot that. There we go. Another flawless. Happy with that. And another key as well. Definitely going to be refilling the dark marker. Not that it used that much ammo, but I'm refilling it nonetheless. So I guess we can open the other chest, which should be an item now. And it is. I'm sure I had this the other day. Also we're faster now as well. That's no bad thing, I suppose. Right, have we actually got spare health now? No, I'd have smoked a couple of fags if we did. Okay, now the Gungeon Pepper, I think, is a damage up. And that's always a good thing to have. And we could afford a key as well. Okay. What does the Gungeon Pepper do? Deals damage to nearby enemies. Right, okay, yeah, so it doesn't actually increase the shot damage, but does a proximity damage effect, which is still a handy thing. Right, okay, I think we will go to the Abbey since we've got it open. We'll check quickly for secret rooms, which don't seem to be there. Is that the chest room? Probably not there either. Checking his room, sometimes it comes up here. Doesn't look like it is, and can't afford any of his wares now anyway. Okay, so the exit room. Doesn't look like it. What about the shop? Shop is a possibility. Again, I think I'd rather hang on to the extra blank that we've got, purely because they come in pretty handy fighting the old king at the end of the Abbey. Where is the altar room? Mind you, the blank effects on the dark marker will hopefully take care of that for us. So yeah, off we go. Second secret floor. And hopefully we'll be able to open a couple of chests. Actually, there should be 2 secret rooms down on this floor as well. So could be quite a lot of stuff to have a look at. Keep on with the barrel for a while, although the ammo's running low. Okay, yeah, there's a trophy for getting into this level in the first place. That was an unfortunate hit. I got snagged on just stuff, mainly the doorway. One of my strengths within this game. Not that it's a useful thing to have at all. An extra blank. That's a useful thing to have. And yeah, the actual floor isn't too bad, although there's some new enemies and there will be some jammed enemies even if you're not carrying a high curse level. But the boss is pretty likely to see you off on your first visit to the Abbey. But, you know, got to visit it to get the trophy, haven't you, so... Jammed enemy there. Oh, we're out of ammo on that bad boy. Let's try the skull spitter now. It looks like those fish on the floor do still do damage to the enemies, which is nice and handy. Another blank. Did very well for those. Okay, I'll hold off on opening the chest in case we get something better than a blue, but I'll quickly look for secret rooms because they can quite often come off the chest rooms. I'm not 100% sure if that wall's actually deforming or not. Try firing off the dark marker and hope we get some blank triggers. Getting anything there, maybe this room's too small. There, that was a blank effect and it hasn't opened anything, so a wise decision to hang on to them. Although it did waste some ammo in the dark marker. Okay. Ooh. The AK-47 would definitely be worth having. In fact, we've already got 1 key, and there are 2 for sale, and it costs 3 keys, so if we can get up to a total of 70 credits on this floor, then we could have it, and then we'll be able to open pretty much any lock that presents itself to us, which is definitely a good thing, although it would give us some slight curse level. So yeah, we'll see how we get on. That was an unfortunate hit. And despite the fact there are 2 hidden rooms on this floor, and we've triggered armor twice. Hasn't had the byproduct of opening a secret room for us yet, which you do sometimes get. Managed to get that blob thing into the pit, which is always a good way to save a bit of ammo from fully inflating them and then popping them. And stops them firing bullets all over the screen, which, if you're far enough away, aren't too hard to avoid because they're just going a straight line, but there are a lot of them. A little bit of armor back, that's a good thing. I thought this would be looping round to the chest room, but this might actually be the way to the boss. Clearly it is. So this must be what will loop round to the chest room. It's a well-occupied room, isn't it? There's a cracked wall, so that's one of the secret rooms. Well, it is definitely one, so we'll use a blank to get in rather than use the dark marker ammo. And that doesn't need a key and isn't a mimic. What do we have? We have an opportunity to use a cigarette. Oh no, what happened there? Oh, I shot. I'm sure I just used the... That make... Ah, yes, I see what's happened. It didn't take it off the heart health. I did use an active item and I did hurt myself, but I got hurt myself on the armour rather than the heart health, like an imbecile. Still, we've got another weapon as well, which is a decent weapon. Oh my gold, you idiot. Oh, really? Jump the fucking gap, will ya? Right, that's an object lesson in how not to. What an absolute buffoon you can be. I'm going to do the tactic with the cigarette again, since this time round I can actually get the health back, which was the plan. So we're a little bit cool now, and yeah, let's head on back to the... please jump this gap. Head on back towards the chest room. Probably going to carry on using the skull spitter for a little while. Should have enough ammo to make it through a couple of rooms at least. It seems to be packing enough of a punch to be getting the job done. Okay, oh, so we can actually buy the AK-47 now, which I will almost certainly do. Right, I'll have a quick look for secret rooms, since we know there will be another one on the floor. It's not there though. Okay, right, back to the shop, buy the third key. Thank you, and then buy the AK-47, thank you. So now we can open both chests without needing any keys. Well, that chest has just taken a few bullets, hasn't it? Oh, actually, yeah, this is good. I think that's the ration. I'm almost sure it is. And while I'm on full health, it's not great use, but I can smoke a few fags. Get cooler. Then pick up the ration. I think it does 2 health refills, so let's use the ration and take the fags back again. That way we've had some benefit out of the whole transaction and haven't left anything lying around for the rat to take. And the rad gun, which can do an absolute ton of damage if you get it queued up right. I'm not very good at doing it, which will come as a huge surprise to you all, I'm sure. Would be good to know where the other secret room was. Potentially it's off the shop from the shape of it. Hard to be sure. So I'll try and get this queued up here.
Nice. Cool.
All you got to do is
Cool.
do a reload
Cool.
and hit the target mark,
Right.
which is relatively easy to do, but it gets quicker and quicker as it goes along. It's relatively easy to do until you're under pressure of a firefight. So we'll go in and let off a load of hopefully quite high damage shots until we run out of ammo on that.
Whack.
That's it, and you can hear the noise for the unsuccessful reload there. And back over to the dark marker, and I hope this will do all the other damage. Very real possibility of running out of ammo on it, unfortunately, because this guy takes so many hits. He's down to about half, and there's more than half the ammo in this, and it wasn't full when we started, so it was a hit I didn't need. So we should be alright. There we are. So ironically, we've got keys when we don't need them. However, we can see what else the key dude has for sale. Flint, is it he's called? I should know his name. Blow up the chair through sheer wanton destruction, just cause. Okay, and I think you actually have to have the AK-47 in your hands to not expend a key when you're opening chests. What's in the synergy chest? Is that the flame hand, I think? It is, yeah. That's. Oh, I haven't even picked up the science cannon there. And just as I was looking at it, I thought, oh, maybe that's a mimic. Really not good at spotting the pedestal mimics. And just at the very moment that I've pressed the interact button, I noticed it moving. But thankfully I've managed to beat him. Can I catch fire? No, good. So we'll take the science cannon, and is that the Derringer? It was, yeah. So we've got a good stack of weapons here. But I'm almost certainly going to be heavily reliant on the dark marker when it comes to boss fights and the like. So what else did this guy have for sale? That's an active item which would replace the cigarettes. Don't really want to replace the cigarettes. Likewise, the Lambent Configurum is an active item as well, and it's one that can give you weapons. Can also hurt you along the way, and again it'll replace the active item we have. And we've already got a pretty decent stack of weapons. Do want ammo for that dark marker. However, Yeah, oh yeah, let's fill the dark marker, just make sure. Oh, I can't afford it. That was a bit of a silly moment. Right, never mind. Okay, well, we've got 4 blanks, so although there is definitely another secret room in here somewhere with Brother Aldern in it, I think I would like to hang on to the blanks since we don't know where he actually is. I think that would be a slightly more efficient way to do things, so we'll just head off to the 3rd floor. Don't need to have a key to open the hatch this time, so I can't make that same silly mistake that I have before. Okay, now I don't want to use the dark marker as a room clearer. Try the nail gun to start with. Seems pretty accurate, even if it's not necessarily doing huge damage. Okay. Should be able to actually hurt that one with proximity, even through walls. Not a very efficient way of killing them. We'll take the opportunity to have another cigarette. Don't know that I've seen anything really resembling increased room drops, but certainly put a few cool points into the stat meter, so hopefully we'll start seeing the benefit. But mind you, maybe that heart drop was the result of increased coolness. There's the shop. Don't care for the portable table. Wolf would be a nice addition, a little vicious buddy. But yeah, price-wise, I don't think we're going to have any joys with those. How is that managing to not get hit? How was that managing to not get hit was a better question, I suppose. Okay. Haven't seen the rats just yet. Presumably here somewhere. Well, they're definitely here somewhere. It's handy having the increased speed there. I was actually able to outrun that shotgun kin shot, which you normally can't do. Oh, there's a rat right in front of us. Blending into the background just a little bit, but okay, smoke a fag. And there's the hatch. Okay, yeah, that's on the map. That's all we need to do there. Nail gun is running quite low on ammo, but it is proving a fairly effective room clearer, so until such times it fully runs out, I'm going to carry on using it. An ammo rune drop would be really nice. Okay, where's the A key? See, one way of preserving ammo would be to use the AK-47. Is that the rat boots? It is. So now I can walk out over pits as well, should I feel any great need to. Woo! Doesn't last forever, but it does give you invulnerability while you do it as well. Okay. Yeah, I mean, obviously the AK-47's primary use is to be able to break open any locks without difficulty, but it seems to be a pretty effective room clearer as well. So yeah, let's top up the old dark marker. Should be just in time for the boss fight. Yeah, made a decent weapon with infinite ammo. I'm alright with that. We had an empty weapon, didn't we, in Skull Spitter? Let's top that up again as well. Is that the shot bow? It is. Don't remember if that's much cop or not really, but again, sticking with the AK-47 for the time being. Can't be very many more rooms that we haven't visited yet. Just this one dead end room. Don't know that it really served any great benefit to us. What was in the shop? Anything worth having? Oh, not that we can quite afford. It's not impossible, we might be able to get Wolf by the end of the boss fight. Right, what to use for the boss fight? Probably just go straight in with the dark marker and hope that does the job on its own. Certainly the blank effects are very helpful at avoiding this guy's attacks, which sometimes can be trickier to avoid than someone like the Treadnought. Definitely trickier than the Treadnought. There we are, flawless. I'm happy with that. And we've got some spare health as well, so do the little trick with the cigarettes. Not quite enough to be able to buy the wolf, unfortunately. Okay, dark marker's reasonably full, and we will also have the benefit of, towards the end of the rat maze, of being able to top up ammo in various weapons. So that's good. Would it be worth getting some more ammo now? Why not? Just this way I can use the dark marker as a room clearer going through the rat maze with no real danger of running out, and it should make for a fairly easy transition across there. Okay, oh, let's rather than waste a key. ourselves in with the A key. Presume I can fall down it eventually. This is only the second time of having the rat boots. They were one of the recent unlocks in the quest for the finished gun. So I had them for the end of that episode, and they were to some degree superseded by another item that gave us flight. So this is the first time of actually having them on their own. Don't think there's going to be any pits down here to be able to take advantage of, but all perks are good perks as far as I'm concerned. Right, here we go. Right, right, left, down, left, left. Of course, there are some pits, but everything's dead yet. Yeah, it's that kind of room that I was wanting to be able to get the blank effects going in, because those things can swarm me so easily. Okay, right, right, left. There we are, thank you, coolness. And down, left, left. Yeah. I do like the dark marker. Thought I'd actually put paid to that first lead maiden a lot quicker. Certainly put paid to them. So there we go, and oh, that will top it up, won't it? And that, presumably everything is topped up now, just about. Oh no, let's refill that, why not? So, what's going to be my secondary? To be honest, I'm probably just going to rely on the dark marker itself, but we'll have the skull splitter in reserve. And just hope that all the blank effects can carry my poor gameplay through, so we actually reach the punch out phase. Blank effects are an absolute godsend in this. There we are. Okay, if you're wondering why I suddenly paused for a little bit there, the battery ran out on my controller at exactly the moment the fight ended, which was perfect timing because this game doesn't pause when the controller gets disconnected, as most other ones do. So I completely forgot I'd had the low battery warning a little earlier on. Still, I think we've got enough to carry us through this fight. Particularly with the blank effects that we'll get off the dark marker.